So it's a great honor. I know that everyone in this room is familiar with Donna's work. She is not only one of the most thoughtful and impactful commentators on national politics. She is the former manager of the war campaign. She's done more, I think, in this election, which is a key election, where so much is at stake, to get the word out. She's coming in from several days on the road, mobilizing, doing GOTV, and so please give a warm welcome to Donna Brazile.
My buttons, and a lot of other paraphernalia. First of all, what a great honor it is to be here, to be back at the Center for Community Change, to be with Jerry, to be with Michael, to be with Peter, to be with so many of you that I've known practically all of my adult life. Let me just tell you, what a remarkable moment it was 25 years ago. When Mitch Snyder called me soon after the campaign season was over in 1988, he wanted to know what I was up to, and I said, well, I may be going back home to Louisiana. I was thinking about going home to law school. I had so many things that I wanted to do with my life. I was 28 years old. Yeah, I know this is what 54 looks like. So I turned 29 that year. And I was eager to continue my activism and, of course, my organizing. When Mitch said to me, he said, I have a unique project that I would like your help with. Now, back in those days, as many of you know, when you finish your campaign season, the first thing you want to do is rest your weary soul, and then the second thing you want to do is go out and get a real job. But when Mitch Snyder called me, I'll never forget it as long as I live. I lost my mother just a few weeks prior to his call, and I said to Mitch that I was grieving. I was grieving my mother's death, and that I didn't know what I was going to do, and he told me about this project. And I said, give me a night to think it over, because I knew Mitch. He was tireless, he was passionate, he was so committed. He was a moral voice, he was a champion for the poor and the downtrodden. Mitch didn't care what color, didn't care about the color of your skin, didn't care about your religion, your ethnic background, your sexual orientation. Mitch cared about the hungry, the homeless. He was such an incredible human being. And so the next day I called him and I said, Mitch, you know what? My family was homeless back in 1983. We lost our property. That's an old story about what happens to Southern black folks, poor folks, who lose their land and all of a sudden it's put up for sale and you don't even know about it. And I said, you know what? I got to do this. And I got to do this because it's the right thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an incredible moment in our history. We were able to galvanize people from all parts of this country. They came together with a single focus to put a national spotlight on the lack of affordable housing and the growing need in our country to deal with poverty and homelessness in our country, including homeless veterans. We had, I don't know, Jerry, and we had to raise money, just from all sources. Nothing came easy for us. But Mitch and so many others lended their hands, they loaned us money. Somehow we made it, we got buses here. And I'll never forget that day when we brought tens of thousands of people up to Capitol Hill to lobby for their own rights, lobby for decent, affordable housing and an end to homelessness in this country. This is not just a celebration. This is a moment for us to renew our commitment. I made it back from Louisiana. I spent the last couple of days in Georgia and Florida and my beloved home state of Louisiana. I'm off tomorrow to California. I don't know, I'm going to hit Milwaukee, hit Columbus, come back home, get another change of clothing, teach my class, and then I'm going to round up my weekend in the Northeast and call 2014 over. But let me tell you what's never going to be over, and that is our continued fight to end homelessness in this country. The housing crisis does not get as much attention in this country as the financial crisis did. We bailed out Wall Street, but we forgot about people on Main Street and people who are suffering and people who are homeless. We have more politicians mocking the poor than willing to give the poor a helping hand. More politicians willing to demonize people simply because they work 2 to 3 jobs and they need a living wage, not just a minimum wage. More and more Americans unable to afford to live close to home because housing prices is just off the charts. When I came here back in 1981 as a young college student, just graduating from LSU, I had $5,000 worth of debt, student loan debt. I was able to find an apartment for under $300 because we had Dave Clark and John Wilson, 2 big giants who fought for rent control, who fought for low-income housing here in the District of Columbia. This is a fight that we all must now continue to believe in, to continue to struggle for. And although I'm not back on the, as they say, the battlefield, more or less I'm on cable television, which is another kind of battlefield. I haven't grown tired. I haven't grown weary. I'm going to continue to fight. I'm going to continue to raise these issues. I'm going to continue to tweet about it, put it on Facebook. But we need to demand on our next anniversary that we get answers from our political leaders. The one thing I have talked to President Obama about, let me just tell you, I give him a good grades on a lot of issues. But one thing that I've told him over and over again, I said, Mr. President, your grade on housing is not that good. You need to do a better job. And he knows he needs to do a better job. And I know with our voices, with our strong support, we will continue to put a lot of focus and emphasis on ending homelessness, ending poverty in this country, which is obscene. 14 million children living under poverty. There's so much more that we can do. But I just wanted to come today and say that I'm with you. I'm speaking up. I'm going to continue to march on. I'm going to remember what we did 25 years ago. And if you need me to organize again, well, you know, Jerry knows how to reach me. And God knows, Jerry, I said, Jerry, I don't know if I'll be back in Washington. But I told him if I made it home, I would be here. And I just wanted to tell all of you I'm here because you're still doing the Lord's work. And I know if Mitch Snyder was here, he would also, with his green jacket, his jeans, his black turtleneck, Mitch would demand that we march on the White House and march on the Capitol. But I know Mitch would also tell us, don't forget to vote. It's a crucial election. So God bless you. Do not grow weary in doing good. For in due season, as the Bible says, we'll reap that harvest. And thank you. God bless you.